Hey Fit Like YouTube, welcome back to another episode of the Black Pearl. Okay, 915 Mang, he asked the question in my last video which salt I was using, and I never actually thought about telling you guys what I went with. So this DD-H2O Ocean is the salt I've used. I always use this salt. I've used it for I think about 5 years now. I've tried various other salts, but this one is my favourite, so I just stick with what I like, and it works for me, and I've had great results with it, so I just continue to use it. Okay, so in this video I'm going to be looking into the flow for the tank. My original plan was I was going to be running an MP60, however after having two vortech MP40s, I'm kind of guessing that the noise level on an MP60 is just going to be just as bad, if not worse. And for me, the flow and what they do, it doesn't justify the noise that they make. I mean, cause they are bloody noisy, and after, like I said before, after having this tank empty for so long, kind of got used to the living room being a bit quieter, and there's just no way I'm going to put up with the noise of that vortech any longer. So after talking to one of my subscribers who actually came round for a visit and had a look at the Black Pearl, he highly recommended these Jibo WP40s. So I was kind of humming and hawing. I wasn't sure if I was actually going to get in, but in the end he convinced me to give them a try. So, and if I didn't like them, I could always just sell them on and get the Tunzes that I originally planned to get after the vortex. So with that being said, I went and ordered a Jibo WP40, and just in case that I like this WP40, I decided to get two of them. So I'm going to try two of these bad boys running the Black Pearl, and then hopefully this will be all the flow that I need, and I can actually get rid of the vortech MP40. But obviously I'm going to test them out first, see what like they are, and I might keep the vortech just as a backup. And the Tunze 6045, what I'll do is I'll place that into my sump. Okay, so I suppose better open this up and see what we got. Controller box. Thank God they gave me a British plug. I was kind of worried I was going to get a foreign plug, so that's good. And it's not as big as I thought it was going to be. Don't get me wrong, it is a substantial power head, but it does feel solid. Yeah, quite impressed so far. Yeah, I was kind of guessing for the price it was going to kind of be quite flimsy plastic, but that's solid. Wow. Jesus, that's awesome. I'm really impressed with that. I've no idea what these controls mean, but being a man, I'll figure it out as I go, because I'm not going to read instructions. Men just didn't do that. But aye, if in doubt, I'll give it a shout, and somebody can tell me what the most powerful setting is, because that'll probably be the one I'll use. I'm not really bothered about waves and stuff. And I noticed that there's a wee thing to stick in the side. I'm not bothering with that either. Night sensor or something. Okay, so I've stuck one WP40 on. I've got all the other pumps switched off. The vortech here, it's switched off. As you can see there, it's not running. So the only pump that's actually running the tank just now is this one WP40, and I must say it looks pretty good. Obviously the return pump for the sump tank is running, as you can see See the return nozzles there. But the flow of this one WP-40 is blooming blew my skull clean out of that rock, which you've seen previously. It was tucked up in there, and it's still moving about like that's mental. And the setting that I've got it on is H3, so I don't know if that's the most powerful setting or what, but it's definitely putting a good bit of flow in the tank, and that's just one of them. I've got the other one up here. I've not actually switched it on yet. As you can see, the propeller's not going, but what I'll do is I'll stick this on just now as well. There we go. And I've got that on H3 as well. I'm kind of guessing H3 is the most powerful and H1 being the less powerful, but I could be wrong, but I'll figure it out. If somebody can just post in the comments what all the blooming H's and W's mean, that'd be handy. But aye, that's the two of them running there, the new, and a fair bit of flow. You'll probably notice, or maybe wondering where the heck my blooming sand bed is. Well, the reason I've not got any sand in there was because I wanted to wait till I actually got the power heads sorted out. Like I was going to get the Tunze 6105s after the decision to dump the MP60, but then obviously we're getting these WP40s, which I must say I'm very impressed with, and that they are silent. I mean, after being used to life with a vortech, oh my god, this is just heaven, man. Honestly, I really cannot recommend these enough. And I must thank James again. That's just saved me a ton of money, and I've got a huge amount of flow in this tank, which is awesome. Yeah, so the reason there is no sand is because I wanted to get the flow pumps in so I could see what the flow was going to be like through the tank. Then I'd be able to get the size of sand, grain size, to suit the tank. With this being an SPS tank, there's going to be lots of flow. These two pumps are, Jesus, I'm well impressed. These are going to produce more than enough flow for my tank for the start anyway. Maybe I might have to add something else once all the corals grow out. But for just now, these two pumps are going to be running in the Black Pearl. They're very powerful, so I think I'm going to go with a grain of sand that's maybe going to be like 1 to 2 millimeters grain size. I think hopefully that'll be big enough to just to stop it getting all blown about. Because I did plan on getting some Fiji pink, but I think maybe the Fiji pink's going to be maybe a wee bit too small, so I might just go with seafloor sand or something. I think that's what you call it. It's got a grain size of 1 to 2, I think. So yeah, and I think it's no actual live sand. I think it's like you can just dry sand, but your dry sand bed, it'll turn live in no time anyway with the bacteria and stuff, so I'm not worried about that. I'd rather get the grain size right and have a sand bed that stays in place than have bagged live sand that ends up blowing all over the shop and being a right pain in the backside. If I can get live sand in the grain size I want, well then I'll definitely buy that. Right, so I finally got all the controllers mounted. So the left hand side one, I've mounted the controller here, which is fine and handy. And this right hand side one I've put where the vortech controller used to be. I've stuck that in there. So that's tidy out the way. And I must admit, now that the vortech's gone, I've not got that bulky power bit sticking out the side of here, making a rocket. Very small footprint of a magnet there. I'm really chuffed with that. Yep, very happy man. Okay, so this is just a final quick look at the tank. Like I say, it's just the two WP-40s running the tank now, and obviously the return. So yep, it's looking good. Just gotta wait for it to finish its cycle, and then we'll get some of the fish transferred over, clean up crew, etc. Still lots to do, still lots to get as usual. It's a never ending list, but we'll get there. Okay, so thanks for watching. Till next time, bye bye.